Yo, people, what's going on? It's Eagle Talks Football. We're back again with another video. We're going to be talking about the London Derby, Chelsea at the Bridge versus Arsenal. This is the Club World Cup world champions versus the best team in the world, Arsenal. We're going to be facing off in a big game to help decide the Premier League title. I know some Chelsea fans are hiding away from the fact that they're in the title race or they're in that discussion. Lewis, you'd say it many times. You're in it until you're out of it, right?
That's the way it always is. It's always you're in it until you're out of it. But for us, like, I've been very consistent about it all season. I believe this team is capable of going the difference in the title race. Now, whether it means we can win or not, don't know. We're not favourites. I don't think we're going to be favourites for at least another couple months max. But our name deserves to be in the hat. We're second in the league, so we are in this race. There's no reason to run away from it. Sunday is about just like proving it to the masses, I'd say. Because it's like a topic, are Chelsea in the title race? Are they going to be able to last? I think if we get a result on Sunday, we prove to everybody that we can do it. Because it's all about, like, what's the right way of saying it? Proving that you can beat teams, proving that you can, like, go past certain roadblocks. Like, we've shown that we can beat Liverpool. Now we need to show that we can get a result against Arsenal as well. So,
fair play on your result versus Barcelona. Just understand, don't expect similar type of defending from Arsenal.
Yeah, I don't.
The way they played, you guys, they played straight into your hands. Enzo Fernandez had a field day with them. And I think a lot of people have been on a apology tour with Enzo Fernandez. He's been very good for you guys for the well part of over a year plus now. Same as some people were criticizing Caicedo when he first joined. I remember after 2 games, he's been immaculate for you guys. But you have a new face of the club, Estêvão. Estêvão is the new face of the club. I don't care what anybody says about Cole Palmer or anybody else. He's literally the face of Chelsea Football Club. Your project, it goes as far as Estêvão goes.
I'd say he's definitely one big part of it now. The fact that he's joined Chelsea and managed to, like, make us completely forget about Cole Palmer being injured says a lot. Like, Palmer can come back when he's ready. And a year ago, I couldn't say that. 8 months ago, I couldn't say that. He has been absolutely incredible for the amount of time that he's spent in the league. And he hasn't even really had to start every single game to do it. He can impact off the bench. He can impact from a starting position. He's been an absolute breath of fresh air. And it's been nice to just see us be able to, like, spread the workload across the team a bit more. Between him, between João Pedro, Enzo Fernandez now chipping in with goals and assists because he always seems to start a bit slow in the season. That's another reason why I believe we can go the distance in this title race. We don't have Cole Palmer, and we're playing like this. We're second in the table. You don't have Levi Colwill. We didn't have Lavia or João Pedro against Barcelona, and we still won 3-0 convincingly. Like, we're in a very good position. This is why I'd say, for this fixture specifically, this is probably the most confident that I've been going into this in the Clear Lake era, and that's not out of any underestimation for Arsenal. It's because of where Chelsea's at. I think we're finally starting to mature a little bit. We're finally starting to show not just big game performances, but consistency in terms of results. Now you need to win what would be the title 6-pointers, which is right in front of us.
Do you honestly believe Chelsea can go the distance? Because it would take a catastrophic fall off from Arsenal.
I wouldn't even say catastrophic. You're only 6 points ahead of us in November. That's not catastrophic just yet. That's why there's still a lot to go.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I think your
squad... get it, because this is the most confident you probably are as well with Arsenal.
No. I'm looking at Arsenal over the last 3 years and the consistency we've been able to show, and I'm looking at Chelsea's inconsistencies for the last 3 years, and I'm saying to myself, could you even get in the high 80s for points? I doubt it.
I don't know. Right now, we look a lot better than we did last season. And last season, we're adapting to a new style of play. The team understands it a bit more.
Sorry, how many points did you finish with last season?
I think it was 69. The chat can let me know if I'm wrong, but I think it was 69.
You've already dropped points in 5 games this season. We've only dropped 5 points this season. Or there's a big difference in what do you call it? In that right there. I know it looks like a 6 point. 6 points doesn't seem like much right now, but from now until the end of the season, we don't play Man City at home again. We don't play Liverpool again. We what do you call it, away again. We play Tottenham away. We don't play Manchester United away again. We've had a lot of our tougher fixtures to start the season. I could make the case that Chelsea have had a easier fixture schedule to start the season, and they're still 6 points behind us.
But I could also make the argument that Chelsea usually seem to turn up in the more difficult phases. And also, we also turned up towards the second half of the season last campaign. And that was with a difficult end to the season as well. So,
but
I don't know, man.
You also say Arsenal must. Do you believe Arsenal must win
the league?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, you've been competing for the title for the best part of 3-4 seasons now. Yeah, you got to.
But do you also believe that Maresca is a better manager than Arteta?
Yes, right now.
Because
Arteta has to win the trophies to show it.
Do you also believe that Cucurella and Reece James are better than Timber and Calafiori?
I personally do, but if someone is to tell me that they're better, it's a fair debate to have. Like, I don't think it's a levels thing. I think you're going to tell me that you think Timber's better than James, and it's not a disrespect because Timber, in my opinion, is number 2.
I'm going
so it's more like a first be second. I know where you're going. I've seen the Hassan
your
thing.
midfield,
I know what you're doing.
Your midfield, you're saying you have the best midfield. You honestly believe you have a better attack also?
I think we got the better 9 with João Pedro.
Over Gyökeres, over Havertz, over Jesus?
See, this is my thing with Gyökeres, because I get the argument because of how much he scored at Sporting, but he's not been the same for you guys. And don't you think, like, he's been injured, you've now started scoring a lot more in open play? You not think you're maybe playing a little bit better without him in the team?
Nah, I think it's different. But I wouldn't necessarily say it's better. I think you could see versus Sunderland that we could have used him. He stretches teams out. He makes the game a lot more vertical. But think about it this way.
Ultimately, I know the argument you're making. You're going to say if Arsenal must, why isn't it a must thing for Chelsea? Now,
No. I'm saying expectations are being set on a team because we've done it for the last couple of years. But I think Chelsea fans, maybe you're not delusional, Lewis, but I see a lot of Chelsea fans that say, I see a lot of Chelsea fans that say they're better in all these areas. I'm even seeing them now say Robert Sanchez and Raya conversations on Twitter. It's getting embarrassing now from some of your fans.
Yeah, drop me out.
Yeah, it's getting embarrassing from some of your fans.
I think Sanchez has been great for us the last 2 months.
So if Robert Sanchez is better, Maresca is better, your fullbacks are better, your midfield's better, and your attack's better, how are you not in a better position?
Because we haven't been in a title race before, and that's why this season is about showing that we can last in the title race. Once you show that, then it starts to become a must thing. But this is our first season, in my opinion, genuinely being in this conversation. And what's the argument been about Chelsea all the time? They're a cup team. They'll turn up on the occasion, but they don't have the consistency to go in the title. Whereas you guys, you've shown that you can consistently be in the race. That's why for you, it's a must thing. Whereas for us, we have to just show that we can be here. And then next season, it becomes more of a must thing.
Chill, guys.
What?
Chill, guys.
No. I ain't doing chill, guys, no more. Because I want us to show this season that we can go the distance.
Hey, I do think Chelsea.
I also think like it also comes down to a pressure thing as well, because you guys ain't won trophies in how long? Because we've won trophies over the last year or two, it gives you a bit more leeway because you've shown that you can bring some silverware to the club.
Do you know what my top 4 was before the beginning of the season?
No, but I'm gonna guess same as last season.
Chelsea 2nd, Liverpool 3rd, City 4th.
Damn, Liverpool City, you might have cooked to that one.
I had Chelsea finishing 2nd, and I had Liverpool finishing 3rd, City 4th. I thought Chelsea fit. I feel like you have one of the best squads in the league, and I don't think people realize it until it's time. Like people just don't realize it until it's in front of you happening. You know what I mean? That's just football nowadays. People don't like to predict things. They like to keep it safe and just say, you know what, the champions are favorites. The team that finished 2nd are 2nd favorites. The team that finished 3rd is 3rd favorites. And it doesn't work like that. You can leapfrog a lot of people quite quickly, as we've seen with going from 5th into a title race right away. But I do think Chelsea, if you don't show it in the league, latter stages of the Champions League, you can still be there and thereabouts. But this is why I'm taking this game more serious than some other people. I look at your performances. I don't see a consistent team. I don't see a team that looks as comfortable in and out of possession against low blocks and against teams that have a lot of the ball. The way we play at Arsenal, we're just a better team than you right now. No disrespect, Lewis. We are a better team in possession versus smaller teams. We're a better team out of possession, like we were against Bayern Munich, and we can also play on the counter where we didn't have that element in the past. You can see with Martinelli's goals on the counter in multiple games, with Gyökeres's goal on the counter in multiple games. It's no longer about individual players. To me, it's about the collective, and we have a better squad and a better team than you. So even if it comes down to like 60 minutes and it's 1-1, in the past, it might end 1-1 at the bridge. But I do think now, with Martinelli coming on, making a difference, you have all these players coming on, making a difference, we could go and nick a win just with our squad depth alone, having our players coming off the bench impacting it. I don't know if you have that same element off the bench where you can change a game.
Well, for me, I think it's more because I hear a lot of your arguments in terms of squad depth, in terms of why you think that would be the case, but I can make a lot of arguments for like Chelsea being able to see games out, Chelsea not being as reliant on one individual as we were like last season or the season before, for example. I think we've also improved a lot more defensively. The discipline seems to have improved as well. I think it kind of had to, just with the amount of red cards that we were racking up. But a lot of these arguments, I feel like I could make for Chelsea. The only difference is they're just not as proven as Arsenal. And that's it. But that's why I get why you're saying what you're saying too. Like, the one thing that people might not like going into the game, but I like, is where both teams are at going into this. This is the most confident I think Chelsea will be feeling. This isn't the most confident you'd be feeling going into this fixture, but you're going to go in with the same relative level of confidence. So there's no excuses. It's just the best of the best. Chelsea at their best, you lot at their best. We'll see who's the better team. It could genuinely go either way. I believe our team can win, and it's the most confident I've felt saying that in years.
Shout out to what do you call it, J Josh. That's how you pronounce it, right, J Josh? Shout out to you, bro, with the super chats. He says, we won the league at Anfield. We won it at the Lane. Stamford Bridge, Old Trafford. No one can say the same. Mikel Arteta's army. We're Arsenal through and through. We'll sing it at the North Bank and end the clock end too. Honestly, that is one of the hardest ones. Big up to whoever made that. That's one of the best chants out there, in my opinion, for Arsenal. Delusion at its finest. Lewis, tears loading on Sunday. Honestly, I can't wait to see what happens on Sunday. Before we get onto any other conversations, there is the conversation around Arteta and Maresca. You said on Twitter, what does Arteta have over Maresca? What has Arteta done over Maresca? Do you want to elaborate on that, or do you want me to go on that next? What are you saying?
Just like Maresca's already won more trophies than him. Maresca's not done as much in the league, but neither has done anything in the league. And even as an assistant manager, Maresca won the treble in his only season at Man City. So genuinely, it's like, what has Arteta done over Maresca?
All right. First things first. When it comes to trophies and silverware, if you want to go that way, yeah, you guys won the Conference League and the Club World Cup. That is where you can say Maresca has done better than him. But to be fair to us, we haven't competed in the Club World Cup. We haven't competed in the Conference League, so it's not competitions that I can really compare my team to you on. Where we have been in the same league, we've accumulated more points. We've shown a higher level of consistency, higher level of play. We've also seen Mikel Arteta have several different teams. We've seen him take over a team that was terrible, a laughingstock, rebuild it from scratch, and implement his own vision. You could say Maresca has done something like that, but really and truly, Maresca took over a team that already had accumulated some new world-class level players, where Arteta had to build the team from scratch. Arteta has actually built this team. He's helped manufacture everything from beginning to end about this team. I can't say the same about Maresca. Also, one thing I can say about Arteta has multiple different ways of playing football. He can play defensive football. He can play attacking football. He can play on the counter. He has this tactically set up as one of the best teams, and he's tactically outclassed some of the best managers in the world recently. If you see how he's performed versus Ancelotti, how he's performed just recently the other day versus Vincent Kompany and Bayern, we've done it on a consistent basis, and we've performed well against the big teams, the small teams, and everybody in the league. I just don't see the same level of consistency from Chelsea across those level of competitions and across those levels of games, play, and styles of play. I just don't see it. Where Arsenal, you don't know what type of Arsenal you're gonna get. We could genuinely play you like we're like a fighter that has multiple different ways to knock you out or win the fight. I just feel like you guys are right now. I feel like you guys are limited in the way that you guys play.
I don't know. I kind of disagree because when you were talking about like Arteta being more tactically flexible, like I could say the same thing for Maresca. We can sit back and be more transitional. We can play higher up and try and play more possession based. We can try and play a more pressing, in intense style of play. We could try and play a more slower, passive style of play. And he has also shown that he can beat some of the best managers in the game today as well. Like a lot of what you're saying for Arteta can also be said to Maresca, just over a longer period of time. So you can maybe make the argument of consistency, but then I can make the argument of trophies. And ultimately, if Arteta was to have those trophies, it's not really an argument. But because he hasn't got those trophies, it adds an asterisk.
So culture setter, you can say they both set a culture. They're both setting a culture. They're both trying to implement something. Yeah, they both come from the Pep Guardiola DNA train and everything. They generally, I don't think they have the same level of play or style of play necessarily. But my main thing about why I wouldn't compare the two is because of how Chelsea's run and how Arsenal's run. I feel like Maresca walked into a building where he basically was like, you have to work with what you have, where Arteta is one of the main orchestrators of everything at Arsenal. And that in itself is an extra level of management that I don't think Maresca has to do at Chelsea.
But I don't get like the point that you're making with that.
Okay. It's almost like one person has to build the house from scratch. The other person has walked into the house already being built and just made sure they redesigned the interior.
Because the previous designs weren't good.
Yeah.
So he's basically had to redo the entire plans for that house and set it in a better order.
He's not building the foundations, let's be honest.
Because you gotta remember, before he joined, like I think only Cole Palmer was being spoken about in a really big way. And the rest were all like either overrated or they haven't done enough or they're too raw. And Maresca's had to get them to that level where they're respected like that. So, like, I don't really think it works in that way either. Because I get it, a lot of the players were there before, but they were also massively underachieving under Pochettino. Whereas Maresca came in and immediately had us as a stable top 4 side at the minimum. Poch, I was never in top 4, not once. Maresca, I was never more than a few points off it, if not already in top 4. And that was just the base with him. And that's while we're adapting to a new style of play as well.
Can you say you've seen a game where Maresca has been been outclassed tactically? Because I think in this upcoming Arsenal game, because of the squad that we have so many different ways to play you. I do think we can outclass you. I don't know if you guys are capable of doing that with what you have.
See, yeah, I have seen games where Maresca's been outdone tactically, definitely.
The Fulham game, for example.
Fulham. There was a game recently. Bayern as well. That's another one, for example. But yeah, I've seen games where he has been done tactically, but I've also seen games where he's adapted. Like sometimes he gets caught out. Sometimes the genius in him manages to figure a way out of it. So like it really just depends on how the game goes. Sometimes he's shut the bed, but for the most part, he hasn't.
Shout out to this super chat right here. Good show. Big up Carefree Lewis. Maresca is more adaptable. He changes strategy and personally is according to the opponent. Enzo will cook Mikel. I doubt that. Arteta is actually very, very adaptable, as it shows how we won the FA Cup under him playing a back three, and then he went from being a defensive manager to being a very attacking manager in that season where we first got into the title race. I don't know how much longer you have, bro, but do you want to do some quick conversations around the two teams? And before we go any further, Trossard update for anybody who doesn't know. Leandro Trossard's out injured, so that means Noni Madueke is going to be starting at the bridge.
Whoa, so he's out too.
Yeah, Noni Madueke is going to be starting. Trossard is out. He's injured. He has a calf injury.
It might be famous last words, but Noni left wing. I don't think you're going to enjoy that. I don't know.
I feel like Noni Madueke is going to score.
Really?
Noni Madueke scored in the last game. He has a point to prove against Chelsea. We know how these things happen. Famous last words. You guys are
both of us. You know them words. All right, cool.
Yeah, famous last words. Noni Madueke is going to come with a point to prove away at Stamford Bridge, starting for Arsenal in his first start in a while after coming back from injury. I think this is a great opportunity for him to lay a marker down and prove a point to a lot of people. And I don't think you guys are going to be happy if he comes there and scores a goal. He's definitely going to celebrate. I don't think he's going to be one of those people who are not.
Like Noni's actually come across as a lot like one very respectful since he's left. Like I got no personal issue with him. I won't be booing him on Sunday or nothing like that. I won't be doing the whole. I'll save that for like a post-match thing. But
if it was
he tried to be very respectful in his way out.
Also, your fan base is obsessed with that 5-0 defeat. That 5-0 defeat at the Emirates really had you guys so triggered. I didn't realize it had you guys that triggered.
Bro, we've never had a beating like that from you in our lifetimes.
Every time I see that video of the guy dancing with his girlfriend, I'm like, yo, Chelsea fans are having their own epidemic over this dance.
Oh, yeah, don't get it twisted. I've already got that saved. If we win, I'm going back to cook them. Them two pissed me the fuck off that night. But, look, I get it.
Why can't the guy and his girlfriend be happy? We're top of the league.
Fuck them, bruv. I don't give a shit. Fuck them. I'll be so real. Because, like, that, they're literally dancing on our graves in that moment. Literally. I was sitting there in that away and thinking, okay, it can't get worse than this now. This is the peak. 5-0 down at the Emirates, fine. Whatever. Like, my copium is just that it was the pot cheerer. Any other manager at dead arse would have killed me inside even more. But I don't blame him. That's fucking horrid. And even for the reverse for you guys, because I remember a lot of Arsenal fans coming out that game and said, this is for all the Arsenal fans that had to go into school after the 6-0. It's like, this is the reverse. You could go into work with pride. And yeah, fuck all that. Fuck all that.
All right. What about you guys? What injuries do you guys have going into this game? Because if I just go through it quickly, for Arsenal, it is, of course, Trossard. Gyökeres is day-to-day. He could be back. Gabriel is out until early December. Jesus is out. What do you call it? He's back in training, but we don't know when he's going to be back. Kai Havertz is back day-to-day also. He could be back. So right now, it's really just Gabriel and Trossard and Jesus who are guaranteed out for that game. You could have Havertz and Gabriel and Gyökeres back.
I won't front. I hope Gyökeres is back. I'll be so real. Because, like, you guys are suddenly scoring more in open play since he's just gone out injured. So it's like, to me...
Maybe it's because Saka's back also?
Wasn't Saka playing before that? He played the Fulham game, right?
Saka was injured for a large portion, a little portion of the season, man.
Was he playing before the Fulham 1-0? Because I remember watching that and he started.
1 second. When did he come back from injury? Let me check. He was playing... so he played the Liverpool game, and that's when he came back. He didn't play. He played 24 minutes for his Fulham. That's where he got... He played 24 minutes for his Fulham, 24 minutes for his Palace. In the what am I talking about? That's a long time ago. My bad.
It could have been 24 minutes.
I'm talking about the wrong thing. My apologies.
So he started the West Ham game as well before that.
Bro, man came back versus Man City. So he got injured August 23rd, came back September 21st.
Okay, yeah, and he started basically every league game after that.
Yeah.
Like it still seems more like Gyökeres has come out and your
He
son's
did play
showing
versus
more love
Fulham.
and
He
play.
did play versus West Ham. Yeah.
But
You know
this is
what?
why I don't mind if Gyökeres starts. But he hasn't impressed me since he's come into the Premier.
So you're more worried about Moreno. You think he gets the better out of our front three?
Bro, the brother just gets GA. He just gets GA. Like somehow he just gets it. He's always in the right position and he seems to have the right technique at the end of it. I can't hate it. I was saying fucking Marino better than Havertz last season. Now I'm saying he's better than Gyökeres this season. So, all right, cool. A little air of inevitability. Fair enough.
I never thought about that. So you're more worried about going up against Moreno than you would be against Havertz, Gyökeres, or Jesus?
Yeah. Yeah, like Gyökeres is scored in 2-3 league games this season? Like he's not been impressive for what we expected based off what he did in Portugal.
You know the crazy thing is we're almost 30 minutes into the video and we haven't mentioned Gabriel being out once as like a big threat, a help to Chelsea, because we just have such good backup center backs. They would start for you, the two of them, Hincapié and
that's why there's no point. Like even the set piece thing, it's like I actually think Chelsea are pretty good offensively and defensively in set pieces. Like when it came into question, it was a long throw thing, and that's not been a problem for us for a while now. So like either with Gabriel, my only thing would have been defensively, and you're good enough defensively. That don't matter.
You guys got better at set pieces, defending.
Yeah. No, last season we were already good defensively. It was offensively where we were a problem. Now I think we've got a bit better offensively as well.
Have you seen the video that's been circulating with you and Johnny Minerals and Matisse debating Basuma and Rice at Chelsea before you signed Caicedo?
Basuma and Rice.
You guys were debating on who you guys should sign for Chelsea way before Caicedo was even a thought.
No, I don't remember Basuma and Rice. I thought you were going to bring up us because that was after we lost 3-0 to Leeds and he was trying to pick up Mount and Havertz.
Yeah, you guys had some beef over that. I personally think, looking back at it, you guys definitely wanted Rice. And a part of the reason why your fan base is so against Rice is because it was like, oh, the Mount Rice connection. It was a whole thing against like revolting against having the Mount Rice Conor Gallagher connection or whatever. Your fans wanted that to be like the midfield going forward. And a big portion of your fan base was like, get this English bias out of the way.
And not even that. For me, it was like, because like I definitely would have said in the past I would have taken Rice. For me, it was just not 100 million. I thought West Ham were valuing him way too highly. I was like, if you give me Rice for like 50, 60 million, I'd be like, cool, immediately, great. But I didn't think he was worth 100 million at the time. So that's why I was against it. I was with it for the right price tag.
By the way, team of the year, PFA team of the year, Champions League team of the year. You can't say the same about your boy Caicedo. You got to admit, Declan Rice is performing at the big stages.
But he weren't in the champs last season to even compete for that.
Okay.
The Premier League, like I'm surprised he made it because from all I heard from Arsenal fans at the time, Partey was your best midfielder last season. So I don't know how Rice made that.
Bro, those are Champions League, cool. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've told you this. I think there's a little bit of like that's like Lives. Respect to Lives, but he always says Partey was better than Rice last season. I thought that was bullshit. Partey was some of the reasons why we're losing.
A lot of Arsenal fans at the time were saying Partey was the best performing midfielder that campaign.
I disagreed always. I thought Partey was
fair enough. That's your opinion, and then you were being consistent. Fine, fair enough.
I disagreed, but this whole Rice Caicedo debate, to me, it should be Rice and Enzo because they play similar positions. Caicedo's not really our sitter. I mean, Rice is not our sitter like Caicedo is for you guys. I view Enzo Fernandez more the comparison to Rice at this moment in time and how they play. Rice is getting forward a lot. You seen the Bayern game? You seen which areas of the pitch he's picking up, how forward he's getting. He's literally bossing the game, winning the ball high up the pitch versus Tottenham to get us goals, winning the ball high up the pitch versus Bayern to get us goals. This is what he does. He scored a goal against you guys at the Bridge, winning the ball high up the pitch after the goalkeeper made a mistake.
Sanchez just gave it straight to him, but it was a good finish. First time, is what it is.
Don't get me wrong. I rate Caicedo also. I'm not one of these people who says Caicedo is a shin kicker or anything like that. But the comparison between the two is as if one can do what the other can't do. I know for a fact I have not seen Enzo. I've not seen Caicedo on set pieces or with the set piece delivery that Rice has. I kind of feel like everything that Rice can do, Caicedo can do, but that one piece. What can Caicedo do?
Yeah, set pieces like.
What can Caicedo do that Rice can't?
I think Caicedo's a better short passer and he's better in tighter spaces. That's what I think the main thing he's got over Declan Rice.
More press resistant.
Yeah, but I don't think it's by as much anymore either. Because the one thing I want to say about the Rice Caicedo argument, I like it because of how what's the word? How elite the rivalry is. Like, we're talking about two well-rounded midfielders. Just at two rival clubs, they're going to constantly be compared to each other. And I like that. I like that a lot.
If you say...
his tackling technique I'll have as well. Like, he'll slide or stand tackle, but he will move you with his hip first. And, like, the technique is just sound. And also, it looks like his knee's inverting half the time he does it as well. I'm surprised he's not, like, overextending his knee while he does it, but it's fucked. He's fucked.
Okay, so you're saying overall defensive attributes. You're who are you giving it to?
Oh, defensively, definitely Caicedo. Definitely.
Offensively and passing.
Passing is a lot tighter, but I'd lean to Caicedo. Pause.
Okay, and the only thing you're giving Rice is goal scoring and carrying the ball.
Set pieces and aerial threat.
What about carrying the ball forward?
Bro, they can both do that.
Rice is one of the best at it. Literally.
At clearing.
Bro, at this moment in time, I'm putting Rice and Pedri in the same bracket.
What are we judging with clearances?
No, not clearances. I'm saying like carrying the ball forward. Not necessarily dribbling, but you driving the ball forward. You know when he's making those runs?
Yeah.
Deep?
I could hear that, but Caicedo relies more on his passing. So, like, if you want to give that to Rice, you can do, but it's just you don't see Caicedo do it as much because he don't need to. He'll play his way out of that.
Yeah, you're not going to see Rice play through balls every game. That's Zubimendi's thing. But you're going to see Rice take the ball from our half and be in the box in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, so you want to go ball carrying, I can hear that. I can hear it. Because you see much more of him doing that.
If we did a combined 11, they both get in, but Enzo does not.
Yeah, because you're going for a 10 afterwards. Makes sense.
Based on fitness and availability, Eze gets into a combined 11 between Arsenal and Chelsea.
Fitness and availability?
Yeah, because we're not going to put guys like Gabriel and Cole Palmer.
Palmer's not injury prone though.
No, but Palmer's not available for the game, is he?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
So what, we're solely doing players that are available?
Yeah. So right now, goalkeeper, it would be Raya. No debate.
So then that means it's João Pedro up top, right?
One second. Let's finish. Let's get there.
All right, cool.
Raya's goalkeeper.
Yeah, go for it.
You're smiling. Why?
Because I want to see what you say when we get to striker now.
Okay, let's go. First things first. Raya's in goal. Then right back, what are you saying? Timber or Reece James? And make your case.
I'm gonna go Reece.
Why Reece? Because right now I could say going forward, goal involvements, pushing the play, tucking in, everything that Reece James does, Timber's been doing at a high level for well over 2 years plus also.
I agree, but James has just been doing it for longer and he's more physical and he's got a better range of pass and he's also a better creator.
You know what? I would do this. I'll concede Cucurella, but you got to concede Timber. Because I think
can't concede either of them. Like, I'm going to concede centre-backs just off the bat. I'm not even going to debate that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Hincapié who starts since Mosquera started versus since Gabriel's not here, Hincapié is going to start. So you're not putting anybody over Hincapié?
No, look, you can have the centre-backs. But I don't see how I'm not leaving with the full-backs.
I'll put Cucurella, although I think Calafiori has been amazing also. But I don't think you can make a case on why Reece James is better than Timber.
Bro, he's done it for longer and not dropped his levels. He's better physically. He's a better creator. He's a better passer. Hell, even shooting, I'd argue James is better. He carried my attack in 21-22. Thankfully, we don't have him overlap as much. I can't say Timber over James. I can rate Timber, but not to Reece James level.
Who's a better defender? It's obviously Timber.
No.
You say he's a better defender.
All the best left wingers in the world have said that Reece James has been their most difficult player to face. It's Reece James.
Okay.
All the best have said Reece.
Only thing I'll give Reece is his final third, and what do you call it? I'd also say his passing. But I think when it comes to Timber, he's a better defender. He's better at winning duels. He's also really good in the air with our set pieces.
And Timber's a better duel winner.
He's extremely press resistant. He doesn't lose the ball. He's so physically strong. He doesn't lose the ball ever.
And so's Reece, and he's even more physical.
You know what?
We're never going to agree on this. We're not going to agree.
All right. Midfield 3, Rice, Caicedo.
Yeah, and just run that.
Rice, Caicedo, and Eze.
So you're saying based on availability?
Yeah. Because then Gabriel would be in.
Yeah, I don't think I'm missing anyone because I want João Pedro up top.
Are you putting Estêvão on this team over Saka?
Look, if we're talking about this season, yes. I won't even front, yes. I don't think Saka's had a great season.
Do you think Estêvão is a better player than Saka?
Bro, I've tried to stay away from these debates just because of he's only been here for a couple months. But the level he's shown me, if you wanted me to just judge it based off this season, I would have to say yes. Estêvão has been so impressive, and he's only just joined. The brother has literally taken the workload of Cole Palmer and just put it on his back. So I have to say Estêvão.
You know what? We're gonna do your combined 11 since you're the guest. I'm not even gonna put my name to this. Just to be clear, this is your combined 11, not mine. You're saying Estêvão.
Yes, I'm saying Estêvão. We'll go on. Switch.
How do you spell this guy's name?
Omega just bagged. Lovely. EST.
Okay, yeah, I got it. I'm gonna Google to find out. So who's on the left then? Because Trossard's been amazing, but he's injured. Who's your left winger?
Garnacho or Gittins.
Can Estêvão play on the left?
He can play on the left, but we haven't played him there yet.
Let's do that then. Because then
you want to do Estêvão? Yeah, cool.
Because if Trossard was fit, I would have a case for him to play on the left.
If he was fit, I wouldn't have even debated. So I just left.
But then this way it works out better and it makes more sense. Then up top, what are we saying? Because
I'm putting João Pedro, third highest goal contributions in the league this season.
How many?
I think we're looking at around 7 or 8 goal contributions in the league.
Fairs. He might be performing very well for you guys. I haven't really taken in João Pedro. I feel like just recently he's gotten a lot of his goals, right? Are we talking about Pedro Neto or João Pedro?
João Pedro.
João Pedro's been hit or miss. I felt like he's been getting his goal involvements in bunches, and then after that going quiet. Like he was quiet versus Burnley. He was quiet versus Sunderland, Nottingham Forest, but then he gets a goal versus Tottenham on the counter and a goal versus Wolves. What else was there? There was a couple other games where he was quiet versus Liverpool, Brighton, Man United, Bayern Munich, Brentford. He's had moments where he's been really quiet, and then a big portion of that is really from just a couple of games. He's not really had. But
the performances haven't dipped. Consistent. The performances haven't dipped though. I think he's had one bad game for us this season. No, I'll throw Burnley in as well. Burnley, Sunderland. I don't think he's had another bad game for us this season. We've just had him contributing heavily in build-up play because we've lost the likes of Cole Palmer, and Estêvão's not starting week in and week out like that.
You know the crazy thing is, people talk about Gyökeres this, Gyökeres that, but in actual reality, when you take it in, how much GA does this thing have? He has what? Seven in the league, right? Fair play.
7 or 8. I'll check.
Gyökeres has 4 goals, and Gyökeres has 4 goals, and the guy's played 10 games. João Pedro has 4 goals. He's played 10 games also.
Yeah, he's got 7 GA, João Pedro.
Across all competitions, Gyökeres has 6 goals. Across all competitions, your boy has how many? 7 goals. They've been pretty close.
7. Yeah, he hasn't got any Champions League GA. It's just the Prem for João Pedro.
This is your combined 11, so I'm gonna put Pedro, just to understand where you think. So, João Pedro. Just to be clear, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Chelsea players to Arsenal's 6. Yeah, that's fair. I would have definitely changed James to Timber, and if Gyökeres was available and 100% fit, I would have put him there. But fair play. That's the only changes I would make. So I would make 2 changes to this. I think that's quite fair.
As much as I'll disagree with James over Timber, I understand why you guys are going to back your boy on that, because he's still playing to a top level too. I just don't think it's to Reece James's level yet.
Finally, what's your game plan going to be? How do you think you're going to beat us?
It's going to be a moments thing, and I think that goes for both teams, because I think both teams are going to be set up pretty well tactically, and I think it's going to be a very slow, drawn-out game. Like, it won't be like Barcelona, it won't be like the Bayern game for you guys. I think there's going to be a lot less goals involved in it, and like, I don't know what both teams' approach is going to be for it. I really don't. But
let me ask you some questions.
Go for it.
Number 1, how do you do against teams on the counter?
Not too badly, really, because we have a good press on us.
Okay. How do you do against low blocks or teams that let you have possession and they set up well defensively?
Usually we struggle more when it's a back 5. But I want to see if Maresca's figured that out, if that's something you go to. But I don't think you'll do that unless you take the lead.
Only thing that I feel like has hurt us recently is long balls over the top. So say for example you have a lot of possession, you play it back all the way to your defender, and then you kick it long to your winger to see if you can get across goal. That happened to us twice this season, where once against Bayern and another time we've seen it from a set piece against Sunderland. Playing the ball.
They play it into space or into like a duel?
They play it straight to somebody's feet so they can make a cross or they can take a shot.
Yeah, look, we'd have to play that into some space in behind, because I don't think our wingers would win the aerial duel with you on that. All
right. As for how I view the game, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think we win. I think it's gonna be a controlled game where we try to let you have possession for the first 20, 40 minutes, feel you out like a boxer does, like Floyd Mayweather would do in a fight. And then once we figure you out, we're just going to start gaining more possession to the point where you don't have any touches in the second half. And it's just going to be like men against boys. The only thing that you guys could hurt us with, in my opinion, is if you win the ball high up the pitch and do a counter or something. But I don't think we're going to give you too many opportunities to catch us out, because we're going to probably play through the wide channels. We're not going to play through the middle as much as we used to. We're going to probably play through the wide channels, progress the ball through the wide channels, and try to avoid the midfield, because your midfielders are quite good. I'm not going to disrespect your midfield. I think you have one of the best midfields in the league, and I don't think we're going to go through central areas to try to win the game. It's going to have to be through the wide channels, and watch out for Eze. He's been scoring goals. He's been scoring goals left, right, and center in that game versus Tottenham. He's been looking deadly. He's been setting up goals.
I don't think we'll give you that space in the middle, though.
And if it comes to the second half, I don't know. Do you watch basketball? You ever heard of cherry picking?
Nah, that'll be lost on me.
All right. Cherry picking is when you basically like stay back and you don't get involved in the defense and you only want to play offense. So that's sometimes what we do with our late games. Martinelli comes on. He's waiting around for that line or for that ball over the top to kill the game off. So if you let the game be close and the second half it's close and it's like 1-1 or 0-0, I guarantee one of those boys are going to come off the bench and score a goal from a ball over the top.
I hear the game plan, but look, where we're good in the middle, like we're also good defending out wide. Even if we leave the space open at the start, we usually get back there in time. It's to the point where it's part of a game plan. That those little wide areas in our final third, we usually leave exposed, but it never really comes back to haunt us like that. So, like, I think it will generally come down to the chances that we make, because we will make chances against you guys. Even with how good you are defensively, we'll make opportunities. It's just, will we take them? That's always the story of Chelsea. So, look, I expect us to win. It can go either way, but like if we want to be in the title race, a statement needs to be made on Sunday. So it's up to Chelsea to step up and have that coming of age moment.
What's your score prediction?
Oh, 2-1. 2-1. I don't think either of us keep a clean sheet, but I'm always going to believe Chelsea edge this.
2-1. I think it's going to be a clean sheet Arsenal 2-0. And the only reason why I say that is because I feel like you guys are going to be chasing the game, and that's where we're going to get our second and bury it. We're going to take the early lead. If you guys do take a lead, Chelsea's probably one of the worst teams at protecting a lead.
I could hear that a month or two ago. I'm not really as sure now.
Look at who you faced, though. I
know, but that's why you got to show it.
You can't
we did just get Barcelona. We did just get them too.
Bro, no disrespect to Barcelona. They're not us.
Defensively, yeah.
We're much better team than Barcelona.
Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, Rafinha. Like
attacks can win you games, but if you're not set up well defensively, you're going to get exposed. And when you're down to 10 men, it's even more.
I hear that, but they didn't even lay a glove on us going forward.
Because they were terrible, bro.
But
they were terrible. Fair play to you guys. You guys made them look terrible, but I do think it's because of them being down to 10 men and them consistently continuing to play that stupid high line.
No, I would have heard that in terms of why they conceded more goals, but that should mean they should still be trying to get at us offensively. They couldn't.
You were just much better than them on the day. And I do think this Barcelona team and La Liga in general has been overhyped. Look, Liverpool lose to every team, but they beat Real Madrid.
If that's the case, do we need to have another look at your win over Madrid?
Bro, look at Liverpool losing to beating Real Madrid, and that same Liverpool team can't get a win right now.
So are we looking at your win over Madrid a bit funny?
Bro, Madrid did something that was stupid. They came and tried to play football in the second half. They got exposed. You can't come and play against us. If you guys try to play
the same thing as well, then.
If you guys try to play football against us, we're going to punish you. You need to have some level of control of the game before you start going at us. Or else you're just going to...
We're definitely capable of that.
If you guys play a basketball game against Arsenal, you're screwed.
I don't think either of our managers would allow that.
Yeah, that's what Barcelona were looking to do.
Yeah, but I've never thought that you were going to play the same way as them. Never. That's why I said you guys would be the more difficult game than Barca. Barca were going to play a way that we like. I don't think.
No, that's why I think these La Liga teams, they kind of had this. They were kind of very silly in their approach to the game.
Yeah, Barcelona, I hear as well, especially in the way they managed the game. But my thing is, like, the league is washed. We can look at all of our results a bit.
I'm telling you, bro, Liga and Stinker and Hooked. I'm going to talk to him later about it. La Liga's finished, mate. This season they look poor. This season they look poor. But what about this? Chelsea are too immature. No understand that. What? Chelsea players will try to fight Arsenal. Will knock them out.
I don't know how to respond to that, bro. I'll be so real.
He's basically saying the way that we play, Chelsea can't.
He thinks Liam Delap's gonna headbutt someone or something. He ain't. He would have.
If Delap is gonna start, Delap is. By the way, what do you think about the referee choice? I do think that is very interesting. Yeah. By the way, we have over 800 people here on YouTube. I mean, on TikTok. Why am I saying TikTok? Twitter. 899 people are here on Twitter. 899 people here on Twitter. Do me a favor, follow Lewis, follow me on Twitter, and of course, come over, check out our YouTube channels, Carefree Lewis, G, and Egal Talks Football. Don't forget to do that, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, what are you saying about the referee of choice? I think the PGMOL are doing that on purpose.
I don't remember the last time we lost under Taylor. I'll be so real. Like, we might still turn him against us because the bridge is going to be calling him a C word, but I'm not that fussed about it. Like, a season or two ago, I might have been like, damn it, who's getting a red card? Now it's like, we should be okay. We should be okay.
You're not too concerned. Fair. Is there anything that I didn't touch on that we need to talk about before we go? Eze's did his thing. Eze's done his thing, man. I feel like people were on his case to start the. Oh no, you know what it is? Did you see what Kimmich said? That salty bastard.
What? Oh yeah, about us playing better than them. I was like,
he said PSG and Chelsea played. He's basically bigging up the teams that he beat to try to make fun of the team that beat them.
Look, I don't get, because I thought we were good against them first half, but like we kind of died from 30 minutes onwards. And then Maresca didn't make any changes until we were 3-1 down and the game was over. So yeah, you're probably saying that because he was a bit more comfortable. But
does that not happen a lot under Maresca?
What do you mean? I know he usually makes the right changes. That's why I was annoyed with him against Bayern, because it was obvious our midfield was getting overrun. And he just didn't change anything.
Yeah, so anybody who didn't see it, this was his exact quote. Joshua Kimmich, after the game versus Bayern Munich, claimed that, Arsenal are not the best side Bayern Munich faced this year, and claimed that that was in football. Arsenal are completely different. They rely on set pieces, and they love to play long balls, although they scored a goal from a long ball. They love fighting for the second ball. It was a completely different game against PSG. It was more of a football game. I don't get where this elitist mentality comes from, as if playing one way of football, there's only one way to play football.
Egal. Were you around in 2015 when your fans were doing boring Chelsea at the Emirates when we were on?
Yeah, I thought it was stupid. If one team is winning,
are you being honest and saying in the moment?
Bro, how many times have I said this to you?
I actually don't remember, but if you have, fair enough. Because I was gonna say this is crazy because of the stuff.
We spoke about this last year on Husam's channel. We spoke about it years before that, numerous times. To me, it's about winning. What Jose Mourinho was doing under you guys, what Conte was doing under you guys, doesn't matter. As long as it gets you the results, who gives a shit how you get there? People, these elitist mentality of, oh, you have to play this way. Oh, they're coming with they're playing set pieces. Stoke's coming with set pieces. The only thing I don't like is when you come there to just kick people and you're not coming to actually play football.
You know what? The one thing I'll say about Arteta, I think one of the best things he's done for your club is like give you that mindset. Because when I used to speak to Arsenal fans a decade ago and they tell me rubbish like that, I'd be like, I just won the league. What are you talking about? And you'll feel the same way. If you win the league and everyone's like, oh, but you played terrible football, you're not going to give a damn. You just won the league.
You know Liaz, right? That's on SDS. He did a video yesterday, and this is the definition of what's going on at the Emirates. We consider set pieces almost as if they're penalties now. The way the fans get up for set pieces, it's almost like we're 1-0 up. And just look at this video. Perfectly break it down for you before we go. This video right here explains our mentality going into set pieces.
It's not this at them before people say, oh, we're more than set pieces. Obviously, right? But I was at the Emirates today. It's my first time actually watching Arsenal's first team at the Emirates. The only time I went to the Emirates to watch a game were the Arsenal under-21s versus the City under-21s in the FA Youth Cup. I can't remember what it was, right? It was actually Nwaneri and Lewis Scully were playing that day, right? But this is my first time actually watching Arsenal's first team in the ground. So I watched them on TV. I'm not really sure what to expect. Arsenal get a corner in that first half. I think it was their first corner at that point, maybe their second. And something happened that I have never experienced before in my life. The ball went out of play off of a Bayern Munich player. The referee points the corner flag and the entire stadium just comes alive. It was the craziest. Whoa. You would think Arsenal got a penalty. You would think Arsenal got a free kick on the top of the... You would think Arsenal just forced a crazy save out of nowhere. You would think Arsenal scored. That's the reality here. The noise that you heard from Arsenal getting a corner was equal to the noise Arsenal make when they score a goal. And the reality is here, guys, a corner for Arsenal is almost as good as a goal.
Crazy, eh?
Yeah, but oh yeah, you did get the first one against Atletico as well. I mean, against.
Can you remember ever Chelsea? Can you ever remember Chelsea having a free kick or a corner and it being almost like you guys already scored?
No, but like we never really had the arguments against us with open play too, because we've had our times where
you guys had really good set pieces.
Yeah, but like we were also bagging a lot in open play, so it's like, look, we just know we're scoring at some point. You guys have had the narrative around where you're not as good in open play as you are when it comes to set pieces. And also, like, with how much you get goals from them, not a bad thing. You get goals how you get goals. But with how regularly you do it, I'm not shocked. I'm really not shocked you guys are getting up and, like, cheering every time you get a corner. But it won't really matter as much at the Bridge because, like, it's an away game, innit? You won't hear it as much.
Fair. Anyways, we're going to wrap it up here. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Lewis, you're in the title race?
Of course. Of course.
If you lose this weekend, you out of it?
Everyone will say we are. And it will be a kick in the teeth. But it will also be a long season. So
if we win this weekend, you think we win the league?
It's a statement, but not there yet. Sorry, we remember the 93% season. I can't say it yet. But I will say your favorites after that.
I'm gonna need you to tell me where you got that belt from and those medals behind there. Where you bought them?
I won't even front. This ain't even me trying to be shameless. The medal spot stopped working. The whole website's gone, and they don't do Arsenal versions. They've got like nearly every other league team but Arsenal. I'm sorry. It ain't even me trying to take the piss. But if you win the league, you'll find one on eBay. There'll be someone making those, so you'll be good.
100%. Anyways, we're out of here, people. Catch you guys at Lewis's channel at 10
half an hour, guys.
Let me make sure I redirect it to that right now. So you already have it uploaded, right?
Yeah, all set up. For all you guys don't know, me, Igal, Lee Gunner, CB on my channel, 30 minutes.
CB's a madman. I see him everywhere nowadays.
Proper though.
Yeah, bro. He's basically like the speed of the football content world right now.
That's a very that's a very great analogy. Yeah, I hear that.
Because he's out here doing different type of content that a lot of people don't really do. But yeah, and Lee Gunner, man. He's out here calling Saka washed. He's on a mad thing.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that might be another thing we can bring up then.
Anyways, we're out of here, people. Catch you guys in the next one. Love for the love. And you already know what it is. Done now.